So today we've been at Northern Stage and we've been listening to Lauren Campbell, the Artistic Director, talk about creativity and how that can be useful not within just arts and cultural organisations but within lots of other businesses.
I work with creativity in all sorts of ways. Within creativity, there's often an unconscious confusion between a phase of creativity which is about generating and which is naturally divergent, and a phase of creativity which is about deciding and is naturally convergent. And often as we try and set up a creative process, we start trying to do the convergent thing from the very beginning.
The event today was all to do with creativity, and it was all to do with how to basically look at your environment, your team, how do you do things differently, how do you improve things. When you work with your team, it's how you create the environment to make people creative, and actually it was a very clever concept to hear from the speaker to basically what they do in the theatre, but actually how you can apply that to business or kind of regional government.
Play is not chaos. Play has really clearly defined rules. That type of play then becomes collaborative rather than competitive.
It's been really interesting for me. You tend to go to networking events with people of the same sector, and I think it's been really interesting to meet people from different sectors. One really interesting point that I'm going to take away from today is the fact that the fourth and fifth idea is probably where you start to get into the really interesting stuff.
The first idea is the obvious idea. The second idea is the idea that everybody else is going to have as well. Once you start getting into 4 and 5, you start getting into things which are specific. You start to get things which speak in a very universal way. Asking your teams to think of a new way of doing an existing job, a new way of performing an existing task, requires a very, very different context to sitting with your senior managers and going, right, we need to devise entirely a new business plan. But it's incredibly easy to ask people to perform those two really different types of creativity within exactly the same context and with exactly the same provocations.
The Entrepreneurs Forum is a fantastic way for kind of business leaders and actually everyone in the community to work together, really understand who does what and get a good feel for how you can improve who you are and what you do. And one of the big selling points about the North East is the community, so it's how you have a relatively large geographic area but a very close business community and how they can work and actually learn from others. I think it's superb.